He does not appear to be happy. Vampire. Maybe it's code word for something? Maybe he wants to tell me something that he doesn't want everyone else to hear? I'm just going to go up there and tell him what I did today. That should make him happy. Yeah. I was coming back to the fort. I came across this old cabin that I recognized from when I was a child. I noticed there was a vampire and ended up clearing out the entire place. All by myself. Found the blood spring, a book on this chalice, and... Alright. Izran, hey, after I found those two, I made my way back to the fort and I stumbled across this cabin that I recognized from when I was a child. And, I noticed there was a strange old woman sitting there by herself. Looked out of place. When I got closer, I realized she was a vampire. I took her out, and then I went exploring inside, and what I found down there was... crazy. Yeah. The oblivion did I do now? Izran? Hey. Look at all those skulls. Izran, I really hope that I'm not going to have to fight this guy.
So let's hear
Serana?
it.
Serana? What are you?
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
Well, no. What are you doing here? Why? This is the last place you should be.
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you.
To me?
It's important, so please just listen. Before your friend here loses his patience.
All right.
It's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
The Elder Scroll? Are you okay? What about you? What did you have to tell me?
The reason I was down there, and why I had the Elder Scroll. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person. Even by vampire standards.
Never would have guessed.
It wasn't always like that, though. There was...
What?
a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
Lost himself? What kind of prophecy? Did he find religion and decide to worship the Nine?
It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun.
What?
That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun. Have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him.
Huh.
That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
Well, thanks. So what does all of this have to do with the Dawnguard? Why? Serana, do you know where you are? You took a big risk coming here.
I did. But something about you makes me think I can trust you. I hope I'm not wrong.
No, you're not. We just have to convince the others. Make them see that you're not an enemy. Let them know that you're with us.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
Okay, persuasive. Right. Izran.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Listen, I know I'm new to this place. I know you don't know me well, but I have just as much a reason to hate vampires than anybody else in this place. Maybe you forgot how to tell good from bad, but I haven't. You have to set your hatred aside sometimes, man.
Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong.
I get it. You don't trust her. That's fine. But you trusted me enough to let me in here. Trust me again.
You better know what you're doing.
Yeah, I better.
It can stay for now. But if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me?
Yeah.
Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource.
I got it.
You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me.
You don't say.
Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father.
All right, great.
But of course, neither of us can read it.
Right. So, who can?
Well, the Moth priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it.
Right.
They spend years preparing before they start reading, though.
I read about that.
Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away. In Cyrodiil.
Right.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth priest.
Hope again.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind,
Hope gone.
and I intend to win it.
Again.
You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler.
Of course.
Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe.
That's a good idea.
But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth priest?
Whoa,
Skyrim's
me?
a pretty big place.
You're the one with the scroll, and I figured you would know more than I would. Where would a Moth priest even go? Don't you have any ideas?
Well, back before
Before...
you know,
Right.
the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about.
The wizards.
Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you.
You are?
I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
Yeah. It sounds great. Yeah, okay. Isran. Okay. Hey. Isran.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
Well, everyone's going to believe now. Thank you for the faith. I won't let you down, man. You can count on that.
Keep your eyes open.
Eyes. Yeah. I will. You do know that I only have... Never mind. Hey, Serana. Before we get going, we should talk. I never thought I'd find myself in a place like this. I was just going to be a hunter, settle down in Dawnstar where my father, and now the Dawnguard. It's quickly become pretty important to me. I want you to know I trust you. We just need to set some things straight. And they did. Words were had. Intentions were put on the table from both sides. Plans were made. Even an exchange of armor took place. But as Paxton stared into her deep red eyes, it wasn't vampires or Moth priests that was on his mind. Chills ran up and down his spine. Not from fear, but something else. But those feelings had no place in the moment. I need to lighten my load, dump some of these burdens. Maybe I'll talk to Isran about getting a bed and we'll leave in the morning. I'm actually pretty tired.
Well, this isn't exactly a palace, is it?
Not quite.
Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible.
Yeah, it does.
I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrim. If Isran needs me, it must be pretty bad.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I wonder what we're up against here.
Nothing good. That's for sure. You're pretty good with that grinding wheel, huh? I was going to ask Isran for a bed, but first I was hoping I could sell some of these items I've collected. Maybe sharpen up some weapons.
I'll buy whatever you're looking to get rid of.
Well, I suppose I don't need 2 bows and have a staff or 2 I won't be using. Not quite my style. However, I'll be keeping some. You never know. Let me see. I know I have some other stuff in here. Here we go. Jewelry. Necklaces. Yeah? I have some circlets and some gems as well. Hey, if you got the coin. I like to travel light, but being raised in Riften, learn to put your hands on anything you can get. There's a few other items in here that I'd be happy to get rid of if you care to take them. Thank you, Serene. I guess I'll go see about that bed. Huh?
Hope you're getting along with Isran. He takes some getting used to.
Yeah. He does. I guess he doesn't hate me after all. It was awful nice of him to let me use his personal cot. Where? There. Not a minute too soon. It's been a long couple of days. I slept pretty well. I'm used to having to wake up and finding a purpose for each day. Now I have one staring me right in the face. Sounds like someone's got the soup on. Suppose I should go find Serana. Hopefully Yzran didn't do anything stupid. Or Serana did anything stupid. Good morning, sunshine. Still got some food in my pack. Time to get out of here. Hey, good morning. I won't let you down, man. I'll be back. Considering how he feels about the whole situation, he's putting quite a bit of faith in me. I won't let him down. At least I don't mean to. Where is this vampire? Serana! Are you still alive? Hey! I thought you didn't like the sun. What are you doing standing right beneath it? Sorry about that. I hadn't slept for a while. I needed some rest. I was thinking...
What now?
Nothing. I was just thinking that it was nice to wake up seeing that you're still around.
I knew you'd miss me.
Right. If you're ready, let's get moving. I have a feeling that it's going to be a long day. Keep up, huh? I know you won't think so, but it's a nice day for traveling. Winterhold. I always wanted to go there. Sorry about the mess. The new recruits don't clean up too well, apparently. I'd like to tell you that I wasn't a part of that, but we haven't started lying to each other yet. I'd like to keep it that way. So, we'll catch a carriage in Riften and head on up to the cold. Good morning. Hey, you know, I was thinking with you being a... maybe we should talk a little... somewhere else. Yeah. Morning. Keep up the good work, Watchman. Dagon. Jerry. I promised him that I would be right back. Hey, I was just thinking. I never told anybody.
It's so bright out here.
Yeah.
I don't know how you stand it.
Well, it's actually pretty nice to me. Easier to travel, wind on your face. Not everyone can see in the dark, you know. But, yeah, like I was saying, I always wanted to go to Winterhold. I always had this thing about being a mage. Damn it, Jerry. Never had the chance to learn. My head mistress when I was growing up taught me a couple of things. Sorry, I just got my head in different places. Focus, Paxton. Don't want her thinking that you're walking around with a dead guy. You see that? There's a fiend lurking in the bushes. Got it. Be ready, Serana.
Who's there?
Don't just yell out. We would have found out soon enough. You don't have to ask it who's there. Serana! There's another one! Hey! God! Find something sharp in this! Come here! Your armor's tough! Come here! Potion. Serana, are you okay? Think you can kill me? Not today. I'll die. Just not by you. Get back here. Come here. That was close. That was close. I must have followed you. I need to take a potion. Give me a moment. Man. That's better. See what these things have. I'm sorry that you had to be a part of that. Since they're your own and all. It's nice to know that you have my back. So much for showing you around, Dayspring. I guess we'll have to save the tour for later. Let's just head to Riften and get this on with. I was going to say when we left the fort, don't let on to people that you're a vampire. With all of your father's minions out there attacking everything, people won't be friendly. We're almost at the main gate. For whatever reason, the guards give me a problem every time I try to go through the back. We don't want to draw any unnecessary attention. Yeah, the carriage is out front. You know, before we head up to Winterhold, we could ask him. Ron said you might know. Hey there, handler. How are you doing this morning? May I have a word with you?
Need a ride?
We do, in fact, but, first, we're looking for a gentleman, older, bearded. I don't suppose you heard of a Moth priest on your travels, have you?
It's one of them Imperial scholars, right?
Yeah.
Old man with a gray robe.
Right. So you've seen him. That's great. Where did you?
Might be that I have, but I can't say for sure. I got enough troubles on my mind just trying to scrape by out here.
My friend, you and I are no stranger. Please. It's very important that I find him.
Can't help you, friend. I might remember better if my pockets weren't so light.
It appears you've adapted to Riften nicely. Fine. Maybe this will put your mind at ease, friend.
Oh, yes. I remember your Moth priest now.
I thought you
He
would.
wanted me to take him out to Drakenbridge, but I told him it ain't one of my stops.
Thanks. Serana, did you hear that? Looks like we're not going to the college after all. Dragon's Bridge, he said. Sigur, we're going to have to hire you if that's okay.
Where do you want to go?
As close to Dragon's Bridge as possible. Solitude, I suppose. If that's one of your stops today, that is.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Perfect. Let me just get my friend and... Serana? Where? Chandra, have you seen a woman with a hood? Never mind. She took staying out of sight to heart. All right, my friend. My friend will catch up to us.
First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city. Capital of Skyrim, but I'm sure you already knew that. Solitude's famous.
It was nice of you to catch up. You don't need to be invisible, just keep your cool. That's something we used to say at the orphanage. Is everything okay?
So far, this hasn't been too bad. Gets lonely exploring by myself, though.
Yeah, I can relate. If you don't mind me saying, you act quite well around people. Were you always a vampire?
That's a long story.
They always are. I'd like to hear it.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
I read up quite a bit on it when I was a child, growing up. A Daedric Lord, right?
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject,
Yeah,
but she was still the first.
I read.
Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric Lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
What do you mean? Powerful in their own right? How did you actually become a vampire then?
The ceremony was
You mean you had to...
degrading. Let's not revisit that. But we all took part in it.
What?
Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric Lord.
That's... awful. How has it affected your family? I imagine it should have had an impact on them.
Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
I'm sorry. We all have a past, right? The Vines know I do. Serana, are you alright?
I will be. Just give me a little time.
Fair enough. Well, we're in the lovely capital that I've never had the pleasure of going inside of, but to Dragon's Bridge, I suppose, right? I'm glad that you're at my side. Let's move our feet, shall we? Looks like a nice little farm or whatever it is. Have you ever been to Dragon's Bridge? I sound like the carriage handler now. I passed by here a couple of times. Never got to stay too long though. Never really did stay long in many places. My friend who was traveling with me, he wasn't the friendliest. Needed to get out of town pretty fast. There was an encampment up here to the left somewhere. I wanted to check it out, but my traveling companion, he wasn't the quietest. Didn't want to stumble upon someone we shouldn't. There's someone up ahead. Thalmor. Good afternoon. Something about those guys really gets on my nerves. You know, other than them trying to take over a land that has nothing to do with them. I guess we better move. I talk a lot when I'm nervous, and when I'm happy, and excited, and I talk a lot. If I do, feel free to tell me to shut up. There it is. So it wasn't too far of a run. Let's hope somebody in there knows who this Moth priest is. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll still be there. Whoa! Sounded like a bear. Just out in the woods for a stroll, I guess. Even animals are loving the day. I guess we'll just start with the first person we come across. Let me do the talking. That way they won't accidentally see your fangs. Not that I mind them, just, you know, don't want to cause any disturbance, to put it lightly. Hello there, young miss. Having flashbacks to Ezron. Excuse me. Madam. May I have a word with you? Hello.
Fida's teaching me the innkeeper's trade. She runs the Four Shields.
Well, that's lovely of her. Thanks. Too young to know much of anything, no matter what a Moth priest is. Good day. Let's see who else is around. She looks a little more seasoned. Good day there, madam. May I have a word with you, if you don't mind?
Have you met my husband?
I don't believe
Well,
so.
don't bother. He's a drunk.
Your husband's a drinker, is he? It is Skyrim, I suppose.
He promised me, swore on his ancestors that he'd give up the mead. And what do I find out? He's been stashing drink in a cave nearby. He even has some wolves guarding it.
Wolves?
I swear, I should just cut out his tongue. That would be the end of it.
I don't think that would stop him from drinking, my lady. Perhaps make him drink more. Perhaps in my travels, if I come across this stash, I could get it for you.
If you want to try, but I'll keep my dagger sharpened just in case. You can help yourself to any drink you find, but bring me the bottle of Dragon's Breath mead. It's his favorite, so I know he has one there.
I will be sure to do that. So, I noticed that there's quite a presence of guards in Dragon's Bridge. Does it bother you any, having them up and down your streets all day and night?
I openly welcome the presence of armed strangers who have no reason to care about any of us.
Right.
Of course it bothers me. I'm sure it's only a matter of time until they seize our mill in the name of their war effort. Next thing you know, there'll be more guards, and then we'll lose our homes as well. This is just the start of it. Mark my words.
Consider them marked. So you guys own the mill, do you? How are you holding up?
My husband owns it. Barely. He'll lose it soon enough. He's behind on his loan payments, but he drinks all his money away just the same. Now we're deep in debt, penniless, and about to lose our sole source of income.
Perhaps keeping that blade sharp is a good idea. I've stopped in town looking for an old friend. I'm sorry to change the subject, but don't suppose you've heard anything about a Moth priest visiting town?
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, thank you for your time. It was a pleasure chatting. Until next time.
Until next time.
Well, no luck yet. Haven't seen anything that resembles a Moth priest, have you? A butterfly, perhaps? I guess we'll just have to keep asking. Isran said check with the guards. This guy, he looks like someone who gets up early. Maybe he's seen something. Hello there, friend. Good afternoon to you.
Seen some mean-spirited folk pass through lately. Thought I was rid of those sorts when I left Markarth.
Drinking late last night, huh? Some mean-spirited folks. Do you mean these guards or travelers? What kind of people have you been seeing travel by?
Both the Imperials and Stormcloaks have sent riders this way, scouting the bridge and the lands nearby. They stayed at the inn but didn't pay. They said soldiers don't need to pay because they're risking their lives to protect us. And that's not all. They took a heap of our lumber, and one tried to have his way with my daughter. They think they can do whatever they want.
Well, that's a load of horse manure, ain't it? You're lucky I wasn't here, friend. You say you come from Markarth. What brings you to a quiet place like Dragon's Bridge? Did you grow up there?
I grew up an orphan on the streets of Markarth.
I was an
I'd
orphan.
have died there too, but for the kindness of an old warrior named Logrove the Bent. Logrove rescued me and gave me enough money to get out of the city. I followed the Karth River north and came here. When I met Michelle, I knew this is where I belonged. I suppose that's it, really.
Love has a way of leading our lives one way or another, doesn't it? I'm in search of a Moth priest. Don't suppose you've seen one of those pass by.
A Moth priest?
An old scholar.
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about that. Try asking one of the guards.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you for your time, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Who's this? A lot of travelers do pass through here. Maybe this orc has seen him in his travels. Hello there, Brother Orc. May I have a word with you?
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother.
You know something? You're right. I'm just going to be on my way. After you, sir.
That's right.
You see that, Serana? That's called restraint and staying on task. Any other day I would have ripped his front teeth out. Ask the guards, they said. That's what we should have done to begin with, I suppose. There's one. Come on. Let's hope this guy has a little more information than everybody else has. Hello there, guard. I don't mean to take up your time, just a question if you would.
Need something?
As a matter of fact, yes. Know anything about a Moth priest visiting Dragon's Bridge? Old scholarly gentleman.
So that was a Moth priest then?
You seen him?
He rode through town not long ago with an escort of soldiers. They didn't stop. Just headed south across the Dragon Bridge.
You've been mighty helpful. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Serana, did you hear? Serana!
Let's move faster.
Thought you disappeared again.
Let's
Yeah.
not wait for my skin.
Did you hear that guard? The Moth priest passed by here not too long ago with a horde of guards with him, it sounded like. At least we know he'll be safe. They said just south over the bridge. Maybe we can catch up to him. The road's going to split up ahead if I remember correctly. Which way do we go? Be nice if there was some kind of sign or anything to... a flip carriage. Daggone, no. Do you see any sign of a Moth priest? There's the guards the other guard was talking about. Do you see him? Daggone. I don't see any sign of them. Paxton's hopes were not high. When the carriage gets overturned in Skyrim, whether it be by vampires or bandits or whatever, the last thing that you expect to find is a survivor. That's why I always tell you to not go on the roads without me. Traveling Skyrim alone is not safe. Traveling Skyrim is not safe. I found something. A vampire. And she has a letter on her. Nothing? Well, let's see what this says. I have new orders for you. Prepare an ambush just south of the Dragon Bridge. Take the Moth Priest to Forebear's holdout for safekeeping until I can break his will. Malchus. This was the Moth Priest's guard, all right. He should still be alive. I don't suppose you know where Forebear's holdout is. What's that? Let's go see if these folks know where it is. Looks like the army marching. Looks like... more Thalmor. Hello there, friends. Could I have a moment with you, please? What is this, turn their back on Paxton Day? Hello there. Sir.
Make it quick.
I'm looking for a friend of mine. Maybe only the leaders talk? I don't know. Sir.
Yes?
Ma'am, sorry. I'm looking for... The Oblivion? Yeah, thanks. Now what? How'd I run right by that? Another overturned carriage. Doesn't look like any sort of guard. A merchant? Let's see. There's a journal. I begged my husband not to go, but he just wouldn't listen. He said if he delayed the shipment even another week, the Legion would find someone else to take it south. Let them keep their blasted money. The road to Whiterun is dangerous these days. No kidding. Everyone knows it. So many caravans have been attacked. So many travelers vanished into thin air. Some say it's only bandits, but there are rumors of worse. Goblins, ghosts, witches. 20 years we've been married now, and I can't bear the thought of losing him. I'm not letting him go alone. Not this time. We live or die together. Mara preserve us. Hey, God. It was just a man and his wife trying to make a living. Sons of orcers. Do you see? Do you see what these... Those don't look like vampire made. I've never seen an arrow like that in my life. I'm sorry for getting snappy. You see anything else around here that might let us know what happened to this Moth priest? I don't think these carriages had anything to do with one another. Damn it. Serana. It's either left or right. Your guess is as good as mine. I swore I heard somebody around the bend, didn't you? Let's go ask them. We're going to have to get lucky. Do you see that? Blood. There's more leading that. The struggle. Perhaps someone being captured. This could be the Moth priest. And there's those people I heard. Legion guard with the Markarth guard. Apparently they forgot to fight. Hello there, sir. How are you?
We need to find our way to Solid.
Need something?
Yes.
Why
We're actually...
even going to a wedding at this
Really?
far-flung end of the Empire
Yeah,
anyway?
fine.
I told you.
A
it's
wedding.
the wedding of
Enjoy.
Victoria Vici, an extremely well-connected merchant with the East Empire Company.
Can you believe these people?
Emperor's cousin.
Not a single traveler on the road trying to help anybody. Not the guard, nope.
In her good graces.
I guess the folks in Dragonsbridge were helpful.
And leading the way to an audience with the Emperor.
Wait. Serana, it's leading up here. Keep an eye out. I feel bad for the old man, but thank the divines for his blood. There's more. And on the ground. A cave. Serana, this must be it. Forebear's holdout, he called it. Whatever it is, we're going in to check it out. It's the only lead we have. Be prepared. If this isn't the right place, if it's just a dead end, we'll have to double back to the cart and figure things out from there, but let's just hope this is the right place. Someone's been in here. Have these torches lit. By the 9. What is that? It looks like we're in the right place. Chills ran back up and down Paxton's spine, but not as they had done earlier that day. No, this feeling was much different. How many of them are there? Gargoyle. Yeah, this is the place. I don't suppose we'll just be rushing in. Let's do this right.